within the Pickering organization. You have the whole OJHL team coming up in September as well to deal with, and then you have this tournament. So talk about the players that are here with Pickering and just sort of where they came from and how you put together this group.
It's a little bit of a combination of a couple different things. We got some kids from our OJDL team that are here, about 2 or 3 of them that have participated during the spring. We also have some free agents that are about 98, 99 birth year that are looking to crack a junior A team and find this tournament a good chance to expose themselves to not just us but other OJHL teams in the that are here representing their teams. And we have some veterans. Kyle Chalice and Tiger McDonald will be here over the course of the weekend playing. Looking basically to play in front of some scouts from hopefully the next level, the NCAA level, and also getting their game intact ready for our camp. That's going to start August 16th, I believe.
And you got underway this morning here at the TEP Showcase with a victory, 3-0 in that first game of the showcase. You have 4 games here in 2 days, like most teams do. You see the final score over NHD, 3-0. And talk a little bit about the structure of it is very similar to the OJDL going on. You have a short bench, about 3 lines going on, even less sometimes, and how those guys adapt to it. Just shorter periods as well, but it just the pace of play and how it differs from a regular season type action.
It's a little more sloppy, in a fair way to say, but in a good way as well. You got guys playing together, haven't played really much together at all, ever. And what you're trying to do is put a little bit of structure in place so the kids are understanding where to go and how to read each other on the ice. So it's a little bit slower than what we'll find in a regular season game or a playoff game in our league, but at the same time, we got kids that are fighting for spots and fighting for an opportunity, and they'll give that 110% effort all the time. So it's good to watch, and it's again today's game we played with 6 forwards and basically 4.5 D. One of our D got injured halfway through the game, and again playing 3 15-minute stop time periods, we did pretty well, and it was really an encouraging sign.
And we've all heard the buzzword, this tournament's all about skill, this tournament's all about showcasing what individual talent you have. As a coach behind the bench and part of the brain trust of this Pickering team that's here at the tournament, when you see a player that maybe takes a risk in this tournament that maybe costs you a goal even, what's your reaction to that? Do they have more freedom in this tournament to do that, or is that kind of a misnomer? Is it just more open offensive play in general?
It's up to their discretion. If they want to take that risk, they can go ahead and take that risk. They're trying to sell themselves, right? And if that's the type of player they want to be and that's what they want to be perceived by, then so be it. We're not here to judge anybody. We're here to critique a little bit, and we're here to try to pick out some good players that can play on our team through our structure that we're trying to look throughout the course of the year. So if a player wants to play high risk and make those, trying to make that dangle in between the blue lines, go right ahead. But again, maybe that might not be something that me as a coach is looking for.
Absolutely. Let's get into a little bit more about Pickering.
Yeah.
Pickering Panthers obviously play in the OJHL North. Coming up this season, camp starts mid-August. Whole new staff behind the scenes this year. Underneath Steve Sardellis, the Director of Hockey Operations, then you have Andrew Moore staying on as the GM, and then a whole new coaching staff. Coming from sort of all over, it seems. Talk about how the coaching staff sort of came together in this offseason.
It's a funny story. Patrick and myself coached against each other for many years with the 99 age group. I was coaching the Whitby AAA team. He was coaching the Quinty Red Devils 99 AAA team, and we played in the same division. We had some pretty heated battles, and I don't really think we respected each other as coaches, but I really don't think we saw eye to eye on a lot of things. And then this opportunity came up 2 years later where we find ourselves coaching together. I think we've always respected each other's coaching abilities and what each other brought to the teams, their respective teams. So Pat's a great hockey guy. He's brought along Todd Reed, who was his coaching mentor growing up, who gave him his opportunity to coach about 6 years ago. And we've come together and we've gelled pretty very nicely so far, and we've put a program together and we're really excited to get started. But it's going to be a process. We understand that, and we all have that winning mentality that we want to bring to Pickering, but we understand it's going to be a process, and we don't want to put expectations on something that maybe we shouldn't be right now. So it's going to be day to day, try to get better every day, and build a professional atmosphere within our organization that people can be proud of in our city as well as in the hockey community.
Now you mentioned that in our city, you said there, and we've seen the local movement really grow within the Pickering team in the last really season and a half, and that becomes even more of a focus going forward here. You yourself, Pickering native, joined behind the bench. Talk about what it means to wear, well, first of all, this new branding. If you guys haven't taken notice of, this is the new Pickering colors that Dave is wearing here today. Just talk about that whole new sort of shift at trying to get a little bit more local talent, local hype around this team.
There's a lot of good hockey players in the area, and there's a misconception out there that Pickering is a little bit of a dying flock when it comes to hockey. But you look at the age groups, the 99, the 2000s, the 01s, the 02s coming up, and especially the 03s in the Ajax Pickering area, there's some really good hockey players out there, and there's a lot of people playing the game. Pickering 10 years ago when I was playing was an organization where you were getting 500-600 people at Delaney on a Friday night, especially in the playoffs. And they had some really good D1 scholarships come from the program. Rick Schofield, Mike Banwell. And being from Pickering, I have an understanding and know the history behind this organization and what it's done for a lot of hockey players. So to be back and to have a Pickering emphasis, Ajax Pickering emphasis and a Durham region emphasis on our team is going to be a bonus, and hopefully we can help kids move on to the next level and put Pickering back on the map. And again, just have a team that the city can be proud of.
Absolutely. Looking forward to this season, if you had to give an overall goal for the team, is there something you've written down now? It might be a little early to put that out there, and obviously every team's goal is to make the playoffs. Yeah. But is there one sort of vision you have for this season, the first season as a group together?
My mentality's always been get better every day. I think too many people put too much emphasis on, well, everyone's goal should be win a championship. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you can have that in the back of your head, but when you put that out there, it's a little difficult when that goal doesn't come to fruition. I think our job is to get these kids better every day as a team, as individuals, and help kids progress in the right direction. This league this year is going to be very difficult. When looking at our conference, you got one team hosting a provincial championship, the other one hosting a national championship, and if you look at the transaction page on the OJ site, and they're making some moves, and they're going to be 96 heavy, 97 heavy, and I think we're looking at to build a product and a foundation for years to come. I think we're going to be very skilled, very young. We're going to be a little bit immature in some senses of the game, but and raw. But I think we're going to get better with every day. And you never know in this league. You look at, I know Georgetown's here this year. They had a very young team last year, and look what they did. And there's other teams like Orangeville had a great start with a very young team last year. So yeah, you never know what's going to happen. But if we can get our team to get better every day, stick to our structure, stick to our plan, follow our game plan, and teach these kids the ins and outs of this league and how to be a mini professional in a sense, I think we're going to have some success. But, just get better every day, and we'll let it see what happens.
One more question for you here, Coach. So if you get to the final game here at the TEP Showcase, it gets down to the overtime format. I don't know if you have a chance to look at it yet, but in that final game, it goes 5-on-5, 4-on-4, 3-on-3.
Pulling the goalie.
Oh, okay, you're pulling the goalie. What if it gets down to 1-on-1? Who's on the ice?
I think Charlie would look at me weird if I didn't put him on the ice. Probably Tiger or Charlie, to be honest with you, and
the veterans.
More veteran guys. And So, but if it goes down to 1-on-1, if we're allowed to pull the goalie, we will. I've done that in the past, and it's worked. But we'll see what happens.
All right, so we'll keep an eye out for that. I know you have another game coming up this afternoon against Waxers Hockey, so we'll let you go here. That's Dave Demarinis. He's the assistant coach of the Pickering Panthers here at the tournament, and looking forward to the fall in the OJHL. Thanks for joining me, and we'll be back with more here on Griff Vision at the TEP Showcase.